Let's go, let's go, let's go, Grand Rising family. Happy Tuesday. You already know it's your boy, Crazy Faith and God in the building, getting ready to drop some value today. So, let's dive into it, right? Today's topic, is actually going to be being the power of being the bigger person, right? The power of being the bigger person, right? So let's get into this. So the power of being the bigger person is like a reflection of you just being the bigger version of the situation out of the circumstances, right? Being the bigger persons out of the situations and circumstances is key, right? Because we're gonna always have problems, no matter what we go through, and we honestly have to let those problems fuel us. Also, we also have to be the bigger person on top of that and be that leader in the problem, right? And when you begin to do that, you begin to allow yourself to come up higher, number one, and also grow, number two. And you also give the other person insight of how to deal with that situation, and you also stay in control of of yourself and not let yourself be controlled by that situation, right? So it's essentially you're rising higher instead of rising lower to their situation and then have them control you, because the negative problem or the person, they want you at that lower frequency. They don't want you up here above them. So essentially, we have to rise above. We have to rise above by being the bigger person and rising higher and allowing them to come up higher with us. If they choose to. If they don't choose to, then that's where we separate and it's love from a distance moving forward. Right? We got to be the bigger person. Right? We have to be the bigger person. We got to be the bigger person. Like, right? Because if when we're not the bigger person, right, when we're not leading, what happens? We fall back. We fall back. We go back into the old patterns, right? We go back to that lesser version of us, right? So we can't allow ourselves to be pulled into the drama, but we have to lead by example and be the bigger person. And honestly, when you are the bigger person, you make that person small, right? When you be that bigger person, you make that person small. And you do it humbly and respectfully, right? So they could learn the lesson, right? You're not doing this so you could make someone feel small, but you do that so you could help them to come up higher, right? You help them come up higher by being the bigger person, that by being a leader, by being a role model, so that they can have someone to follow, right? This is a broken, lost world, right? People are at low vibrations. People do not know who they are. People are being controlled by their environments and the thoughts that they have been grown up upon, right? And the people that has instilled those thoughts into them, right? The thought patterns that they are of accumulated over this time of being around family members and other, people that didn't know the way, that didn't know how to control their minds, that didn't live in a positive environment, and that's all been passed down, and now they're left with that to overcome. Right? They don't have to stay in that toxicity and that mess. They have the power to overcome that. Because I was a person that overcame that and got out of that situation, out of that mindset. So I know if I could do it, you guys could do it too, with the glory of God. I'm nothing without God. Right? I give all the credit and glory to Him on my transformation and how far I came. You know, I was once a person that didn't know who I was and didn't have any um, you know, that much self worth and that much value. I was that person that was shy, that never used to like cameras, that never used to like getting out of my comfort zone, that just was always in the shell and always overthinking and being shy and always overthinking and not stepping into the light that God called me to be. I was once that person. And I'm so happy and grateful now. I live in freedom and I'm able to give value and help out other people and shift my life and transform my life. And by doing that, I'm able to transform other people's lives and give value back to the world. Right? give value back out to the world. That's what Jesus did, right? Jesus took time to fill his cup up so he could pour back into the world, right? It's the same thing with us. We got to take time to fill up our cups so we could pour back into the world, and then take time to disconnect from the world and fill our cups up a little bit more so we could pour back into the world, right? You see how that works? This is what we got to do. We got to be coming up higher, knowing our values, and rising above circumstances, right? We got to be the bigger person, right? Because if we don't be the bigger person, then who's going to be the bigger person? Who's going to lead the way, right? A lot of people are lost. We got to start shifting our perception, right? We got to be able to shift our perception, be a great leader that you are, and step into who God calls you to be. Trust your wings. Trust your abilities to lead. Trust your abilities to grow. Trust in the process, right? Block out the noise. Let everything fuel you, right? If it's not serving you, you can let it go. You don't got to entertain it. You got the power, right? Because if you don't be the bigger person, you would stay small. You will stay you will stay at a low vibration. You won't grow. You will be at their level. And when you're at their level, then they got you. Like, yup, I got him. Yup, he's down to our level now. Yup, you know. So we can't allow that to happen. We got to be able to rise higher, so that they can rise higher. You know, and then you would love the transformation that's on the other side. You would love the transformation that's on the other side, and it's great to see how much you can grow and how much you can shift your mindset. The more you shift your perception, the more you shift your mindset, the more you grow, and the more you start seeing things from a different light. I think I should do a video on that, the power of perception, right? Once you switch that perception, you're able to see things a lot differently. It gives you more clarity. It gives you an awakening, right? An enlightenment, an awakening. So, we gotta always be mindful of being a bigger person. You put too much work and hard work and success into yourself. We gotta be big. We gotta be bigger. We gotta rise above. And we gotta hold that standard even if we don't feel like doing it. Even if we don't feel like being a bigger person, we gotta do it because of the hard work that we put in. Right? We can't allow ourselves to go backwards because if you fail the test, then you would have to take the test again. And you put too much work into yourself to have to take the test again. I know, you guys don't want to take the test again. So it's always good just to, do the right thing. Be the bigger person. Lead by example, even when it's hard. Even when it's hard. Showing up, even when it's hard. Showing up, even when you're tired. Just showing up. This is what it's all about. Success is not predicated on how you feel. Success don't care about your emotions. If you're tired, if you're sick, life goes on. We gotta show up, even when we're tired. Even if we only had a little bit of hours of sleep, and we gotta go into work, and we gotta drop a video before work. We gotta do it. We gotta do it. And it's all about the willpower pushing through when you don't feel like it, because you got the energy too. You got God's strength too. So without his strength, it's like you're not going to be able to push through. And you could only hit a certain amount of success by yourself. And then after that, you're going to need the willpower of God and his strength to push forward to get that next breakthrough. Right? So, I'm going to leave you guys with this, right? I'm going to leave you guys with this, right? If you keep feeding the small person, you'll remain small forever, right? But if you feed the big person, you will grow forever, right? You will grow forever. And you also will help other people grow and transform that wants to as well, right? So it's your choice. You could either rise to their level, or you could rise above and be the bigger person and allow others to rise and catch up with you too as well, right? So that being said, It's your boy, Crazy Faith to God. Happy Tuesday. Hope you guys have a blessed and amazing Sunday. It's beautiful out here. Glory to God. And I just pray that, you guys could definitely transform and come up higher as well and be the bigger person. Be the bigger person to others. Help them to arise and inspire them to come up higher and be the change that you want to see. So with that being said, it's your boy, Crazy Faith to God on the way out. Let's grow.